Can McCaffrey do it again? Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, dual threat Christian McCaffrey. Fresh off a big game a week ago, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the San Francisco 49ers. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by their quarterback from Central Florida. It's Blake Bortles.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
380.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Pushing his way through. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
And that's the kind of start every team wants to have when they touch the football for the first time. Here at night especially, because all day long you've been around the hotel. Yeah, you've had meetings, you've had meals, but you've been chomping at the bit to play. And depending on the time of year you play a game, early in the season, you probably like night games. But as the season goes on, most guys like day games because they won't wait around all the time. So taking charge early in a night game is a very important factor.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. A gain of 3, second down. First drive for this offense today, and our first chance to get a look at Tyler Eifert.
And he's part of the new wave of tight ends in the NFL. They use them in every position, sometimes even by themselves as a wide receiver.
On second down, here's Bortles. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. From the gun, it's Bortles. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Francisco gets set to go here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. A quick throw here, that's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, his first touchdown on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. Gould with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. A drive that time of 6 plays, and the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Gould now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And a alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And now a fumble. The ball's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And defensively, maybe an opportunity miss there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance to make a huge play. Instead, he's able to recover his own fumble. And big sigh of relief, huh?
Yeah, usually those wide receiver fumbles, there's open space around for the defense, but not there. He hops right back on it. Bortles going to throw. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. The numbers for Eifert in that game last week: 4 catches and even 60 yards and a touchdown.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. This is how the defense will look for San Francisco. They enter this one 18th in the NFL in stopping the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people. Put them on the ground.
Green 80. Green is on.
On 3rd down, that's Carson. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. That's complete to John Ross. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And he gets it to the 30-yard line, but the football's not going to stay there. There's a penalty marker down.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. They're going deep here for Taylor. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now a play fake. Garoppolo flushed out right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. Back deep, the dangerous Tyler Lockett. The Bengals getting set to go. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
380. 380.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
380. 380.
Bortles looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And Eifert has it. The 40, 20, 10. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Eifert, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are in for 6. Charles, that was a heck of a play.
It truly was, because when he made that catch, he had to shake through some people, right? So that play, to me, a highlight film that should be accompanied by bass music, right? I mean, boom, 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 and he finds his way to the end zone. Terrific play.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 10-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it ends with a Bengals score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here's Dante Pettis on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here we go. 180.
Play action. Garoppolo. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Garoppolo on first down. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football.
Still 2nd down.
Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on 2nd down. McCaffrey following the penalty. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when he clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. On play action, it's Garoppolo. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Back near his goal line. Here's Bortles. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. Third and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up or he's a halter when he does.
So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. And the 49ers going to take another timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Here's Jordan Berry now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on third and long?
11.
On play action. Now Garoppolo. And that's caught inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Here we go.
On second down, here's Garoppolo. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they're throwing an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Andrew Luck, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. Next, we'll stay right here in the Sunshine State, head down to Tampa, check on the Bucs. And it was the visiting Carolina Panthers who were victorious in that one. 24-10 was your final. And finally, a good one scheduled for Monday Night Football between the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills. In the game you've been watching, it was Blake Bortles with a strong first half throwing the football. His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game. As we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. It's complete to Brown, right side. They give him a gain of 38. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Here we go.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
On play action, they'll throw. On the crossing route, complete. It's Brown. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And there's a man they call AB. Always a volume receiver. He gobbles up catches. Holds the number 2 and number 4 spots for most receptions in a season in NFL history. And in 2015, just 7 catches shy of setting the single-season mark for most receptions, currently held by Marvin Harrison, a Hall of Famer.
He had 136 catches that year on the heels of 129 the season before. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
12.
Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. That's complete right around the 8. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. They'll run here with Freeman. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Garoppolo, and he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now 3rd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Garoppolo now on 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And Gold is able to put it through. And that will knot us up at 10. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. He chucks him aside.
Dumped him.
And now running right through him. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 47. They run it with Carson. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Bortles. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Now it's Carson, and he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Bengals hurt in 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
It's amazing how much advice defensive players get on third down. You hear the bench screaming out, watch the draw, watch the screen, watch the pass here. Very rarely do they reference watching the fullback, and he slipped through and picked up a first down.
Here's Carson. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
They run again with Carson. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. In search of 8 yards on third down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2.
Green 80.
This is Carson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Green 80.
On third and long, it's Bortles. And this is going to be incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo's. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A nice margin, it'll move the sticks.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll begin the drive with Carson. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Working from the gun, it's Bangles. Caught Eifert over the middle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And they'll go on the ground. Oh, and now he bowls him over. About 3 yards there to the 27. They'll run it now out of the gun. He did it again. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Throwing on first down is Bortles. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
Holding offense.
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. And they'll run it here. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week.
And got his man complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
11.
He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
They'll look to throw. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time they face a 3rd and 2. He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. And now the spike comes with 15 seconds on the clock. to throw. And he's in for the touchdown, and barring a miracle, the extra point can win this football game.
Well, that's the one they had to have. Put them in a position where they're tied up, but I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point that's pretty crucial.
That's right, just one more element to complete the victory. Now Gold for the extra point. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Gold to add the extra point. Important extra point there, up and good. And that might be enough to win them the football game as they now take the lead in the final seconds. Gold now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it. And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory. So for San Francisco, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they lose their 9th game on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they come in playing well on both sides of the ball. Winners of 6 of their last 8 games. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. As we get a peek at the number 2 overall pick from the 2016 draft, standing at 6'5", Carson Wentz.
Okay, just to make sure I'm clear, you have not voted for NFL MVP yet, correct?
I have not. I always wait till the end. I always wait till the end.
I do the exact same thing, but let's just be honest here. Does he still have a shot? Here we are, Week 16. Yeah. He's in the race, but is he really there?
Yeah, I think he needs a little help. It's fringe. Don't you agree?
I agree. I think he needs a lot of help. People have to play poorly down the stretch around him in terms of the other people who are the candidates, and he needs to be absolutely beyond spectacular. I think it's going to be really, really tough. But you know something? Being his team MVP, that's not such a bad thing, is it?
No, and he has been great for this team, no doubt about it. 8 quarters to prove himself.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Here we go. 20.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Ajayi, first down and more. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What, is it 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
So after the run by Jay Ajayi, here's 1st and 10. They run with Ajayi. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
While we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball, they've got to run it every so often, if for no other reason than to tamp down the pass rush. They can't let them just tee off and get to their quarterback.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Let's meet the starting 11 on defense for San Francisco. It's quite a unit, number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
Now a play fake. Wentz. And this is caught at the 8. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned to get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Elliott now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll have Jimmy G calling the shots. Grew up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, went to Eastern Illinois. Jimmy Garoppolo.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victor.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And a belly to run. And he'll be dropped at the 30. But a shifty move got him a couple extra on the play. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They'll go with a keeper. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense? You don't like the punter? I mean, what's going on here?
Touchdown, Philadelphia! Jay Ajayi with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Elliott now to have the extra point. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 14-0. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 85 catches for him on the year now, and the result there is a first down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
For the Eagles, a look now at the starters on the defensive side of the ball. This crew against the pass, issues at times, ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. On play action, it's Garoppolo. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Garoppolo to his tight end, Kittle, for a Niner first down. Continuing to steadily move the ball down the field. Not big play after big play, but these moderate gains getting him first downs.
And you know what they add up to, right? If you continue that pace and you continue to move it downfield, they add up into 6 points. That's exactly what you're looking for.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Play action. Garoppolo. Flush to his right. And he whips that one incomplete there. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him.
Available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but there must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
So on now is the punter, Matt Bosher, to kick it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Wentz, and complete to Zach Ertz. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago: 5 catches and even 60 yards and a touchdown.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
So 1 quarter in the books here on Christmas Eve. 14-0 is our score, and we're back to Philadelphia after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has a slot.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Now Wentz on 3rd down. Aguilar has it. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure.
Face mask. Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
First down.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. To throw is Wentz. And he's got his man on the out route. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
Playing in snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball, and we just saw there that that's difficult to do, but just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things going on, but the biggest one, hold on to the ball.
After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. Throw right side taken in by Pettis. Look at the dance and the juke. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his 1st catch, and it's good for a 1st down. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. In for the score. And the 49ers are back within a score. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Gold now out to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Wentz now on first down. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. On second down, here's Wentz. That escapes the sack. And that is incomplete here.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Working from the gun, Wentz. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
He's got his man on the crossing route. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. Garoppolo now, 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. On play action, now Garoppolo. They'll roll him out right. He's got his man on the comebacker. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. First down now, but that clock rolling. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. And yet again, it's Garoppolo escaping the pressure right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So the offensive unit called the TO. And now we are ready to resume play. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Garoppolo now. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Gold is able to put it through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're still down, but they are able to salvage 3 here heading into the lockers.
This is what you work on from the beginning of training camp. Heading into the half, put some points on the board. No matter what the score says at that point, you've accomplished what you set out to do.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in everyone to this Christmas Eve edition of the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get to it. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And it's the Cowboys on top as they play the second quarter. Allen Hurns, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head to New Jersey. The Jets at home at MetLife Stadium. And that one's gone to the half with them leading the visiting Miami Dolphins. Zay Jones, a touchdown catch in that first half. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Lions. Aaron Rodgers with 2 touchdown passes. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Here we go.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Flushed out right. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Here's Matt Bosher now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They'll begin the drive with a giant. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A big kick, 50 yards that time, with a return of 4. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this third and fourth quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long.
Here we go.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
The officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Here we go.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
13.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. Dashing through the snow. 30. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
Elliott on for the extra point. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And he's able to get it up close to the 35, but hang on here. Penalty marker down. And this one might be going the other way.
The back. Return team.
They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
On 1st down, Garoppolo gets this one left side to Pettis. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pickup there, a 22. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to one.
Here we go. Black 80.
They go play action here on first down. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right, he's got it at the 15. That goes for a gain of 31.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Like the footwork back there, and I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the fourth and final quarter. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got this one down to the 10. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Like 20. 180.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And this is caught. So they took a chance, but they are back within a single point here in the fourth. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Gold now out to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen. But Brandon Pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go. From the gun, it's Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped.
False start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Play action, Garoppolo. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now Garoppolo, got to have this one. And able to haul it in is Kittle. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo escaping the pressure right. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Garoppolo again. Flushed out right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Eagles have recovered. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 30, 10, and he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Elliott now to add the extra point. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And, you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
He's going to rifle one deep left. He's got a man, complete. That goes for a gain of 31. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath.
Oh, no, he lost the football. But an alert 49er able to gain possession, so they will indeed hold on to the pigskin. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Detroit! Detroit!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Eagles defense able to hold. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
There we go. Back.
They'll start out on the ground with a giant. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They run again with Ajayi. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. This is Ajayi. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as he'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he's on to kick it away. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
And now another one thrown incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. There's the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He gets it to Brown, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. The 49ers moving hastily. They're scurrying to the line. Looking to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They'll set up to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. He'll look to throw. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are likely going to win it. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Well, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open-air booth. The only thing that's not fun is that we got the mid-game notification that our flight was canceled tonight, but we'll deal with that later. It was really a fun game to watch, though.
It was, and there is something special about games played in the snow because the element of surprise really kicks in. You don't know how they're going to handle the ball, if someone's going to make a dramatic play just out of nowhere, and all of a sudden it just changes the course of things. But a big shout out to our crew to make sure that we were comfortable up here, as comfortable as one could be. In these elements, they took care of us and made sure we were dressed properly.